So welcome and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to attend our webinar. My name is Julia Stagg and I'm here with Rob Rossi and we're here to showcase My School Connect. Rob, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Rob Rossi and founder of My School Connect. And yes, Julia, thanks for organising and let's get started.
I just wanted to start off by showing you a little video about who we are.
My School Connect helps your school handle cashless payments the easy way. From sorting lunch orders and uniform sales to organising raffles and events, My School Connect seamlessly takes your school online. With our fully integrated point of sale system, running your school canteen has never been easier. It means you'll spend less time on admin and more time on what really matters. The best part? There are zero startup costs, no lock-in contracts, and getting set up is as easy as ABC. Plus, it's simple to use, which means happier parents and kids. Take your school cashless today. Find out more at myschoolconnect.com.au.
Thanks for that. Look, I think that really encapsulates what we're all about, I guess, in 30 seconds, when usually I ramble for 30 minutes. So that's probably a good idea to start with that video rather than have me speak. But I think one little aspect that I'd like to add, and one of the reasons we do what we do, is because we love what we do. My School Connect started from a problem of how do we help the canteen deliver lunches quickly, produce fresh lunches, so have the time to produce great food to feed the kids. Once we got started, we saw, well, hang on, there's an opportunity that there's other aspects of the school where we have a problem. In the uniform shop, in the fundraising, in the raffle, in the events. How do we sell tickets? How do we collect books? How do we give chocolates out so then we can get back the chocolates and know what was in? So the beauty of what we came up with was one fully integrated solution where we assist the schools in producing efficiencies, trying to take out the inefficiencies and maximise the one thing which is scarcest the most, which is volunteer hours. So how do we make life easy for the volunteers? And I'm proud to say that we are privately owned, that this is us. I mean, Julia, you've been with me from the start. We've done this together. You know, we've got Nadia, Rebecca, Simon, all our crew, long-term people with us, have helped us create this amazing, I think it's an amazing company. I still call it a startup, but we've been around for 7 years now, or 6-7 years. It's no longer a startup. But we pride ourselves on the fact that we don't have advertising on our website. We don't have advertising on our pages. We don't have clickbait. We're privately owned, and we don't sell products to parents on the side. We don't form relationships where buy a school holiday program for 10% less. You know, we pride ourselves on that because it's about the schools and it's about the parents. We're just a conduit. So that excites me. So when you look at our system, you look at, well, we were the first ones to create the app because that was the easiest way for parents to order. Then we see other competitors come in and build apps. So I often say, like we say all the time, we've been fortunate that we've lifted the bar in online transactional processes for schools. We've lifted the bar. So other companies have followed suit. They've improved their systems. They've improved the way schools can offer products to their parents. And hopefully it becomes a win-win solution for everybody. So that excites me. So when we go through our system and you talk about our POS system, which is, I'm excited about what we've created there. You talk about our apps, you talk about our modules, but one thing that you don't see and you don't know until you talk to us is that we're flexible with finding a solution which works for your school. So because we have schools with, like we've seen in Victoria, we've got 3,500 to 4,000 children, and we've got schools with 90 kids. And we have a solution for all of them. So we're not one product fits all. We're flexible. We can develop the product which is going to best suit every school. So we have primary schools with 800-900 children. but we have high schools with 250 kids. So we got a solution that we can solve the problem for you, because that's what we're about. We're here to solve a problem and help you create a happy, easy work environment, whether it be in the canteen, the uniform store, the fundraising, or the events. You tell us, we're here to help. So that excites me when I see that. When people say, why should I use, or why should we use My School Connect? Why use My School Connect? Well, it's simple. I haven't got any money. That's glass half empty. I don't have any money. I can't afford this. School won't pay for this. That's fine. We've built that into our pricing module, our offering. We've built it into our offering where we say, hey, we know that you schools don't have the capital to outlay funds in one-off transactions. So we amortize the costs. We set a billing period. We say, if you're open, we're open. If you're closed, we're closed. So we only bill you for 40 weeks of the year. We don't bill you for 52 weeks. We're not Optus or Telstra where you've got every month you've got to pay. We find the solution that works for you, because we're here to help you. So it's irrelevant if we have a revenue stream but you guys aren't open. It doesn't make sense. So that's what we do. So when people say to me, oh, but it's so expensive, Rob. Well, I say to them, do you spend half an hour every tuck shop or every uniform or every fundraiser, every timing that you do you spend time on those functions? Do you spend half an hour counting cash? Do you spend half an hour trying to read the writing of which student belongs to which class? Do you try and read the writing of what the parents asked in their notes? Half an hour. Do you spend half an hour on those functions? If you do, and you think about, well, half an hour is twice a week or 3 times a week I'm open, at $30 an hour, let's say you had to pay someone, and even your own time, that costs you every week $45 a week. Half an hour, 3 times a week, $45 a week. In a year where you're open 40 weeks of the year for school, that's $1,800. So if we can't find that $1,800 or that time so you can invest back into your business, the old notion of working on your business, not in your business, that's where we come in. If we can't find that, we guarantee what we say. We'll give you free of charge because we back our product. No one's ever taken me up on that guarantee, because I know that, and they know that we've saved the money. We've actually increased. One of the things we see is an increase. So when a school or a system are, let's call it paper-based, we see 20% of orders increase in the canteen, and we see 20% increase in the dollar value of those orders. So it's a 20-20 rule, I call it. 20% increase in uptake in the function of that school store, whether it be uniforms or canteens. And then we see a 20% jump on online ordering because it's convenient and easy. So from $6, they'll go to $7.20. Now that's a huge increase when you take that across 500 kids, 40 weeks in a year. And the biggest example I give is, I do it myself with my kids. They need new socks, or they need a new hair tie, a school hair tie. Oh, when you go past the shop, can you just order it? That 1 week goes past, 2 weeks goes past, they're still going with the same hole in their socks. But if it's online, you order them, dropped off to the student. So you're buying more frequently throughout the year. So that's something, I know it's only a small aspect of it, but if you think about how can we add value to the school, this is where we start. And this is just the beginning for us. We talk about efficiencies, we talk about security. There's no cash handling. There's an audit trail. One of the biggest problems we found when we first started was an audit trail of cash. Who's holding the cash? Who's responsible for the cash? I know as a volunteer, I never wanted to be responsible for the cash because I start to shake. It's like, oh no, I don't want people to think I'm going to take it. I was paranoid about losing the cash. I don't want to lose it. So, you'd safeguard it. And there'd only be $500 in there, by the way. It wasn't going to break the bank. But you were so paranoid because you didn't want anyone, I'm not going to lose it because, everyone's worked so hard to get it. So that's important. So when you add all that up, it's like, well, how do parents then have the convenience of transacting across the whole school for the whole year on one platform? That's where we come in. And that's what excites me. So sorry for rambling, Julia, but over to you. I know we've got plenty to get through today, so apologies.
Terrific. No, thanks, Rob. I think that was great. I think Rob sort of put it in a package as to, why you should use a service like My School Connect for an online payment portal. And I just want to show you some of the features that we have within our system. And so some of those features are things like, photos you can have your products on. You can upload your own photos. So there's a lot of people that might be running canteens or even the uniform shop. They have photos of their own school uniform. They can put it on the system. They could add as much detail to the product as they like. There's allergy information, obviously, for Canteen for students. It's very clearly outlined both on a label as well as on the screen. And there's also options for us. We've got healthy canteen strategy. We really understand the importance of highlighting, healthy products within the menu. A lot of the products in canteens are obviously from the healthy strategy, and we just try and support that as much as we can. And of course, we have a fully integrated system with our point of sale, which is what Rob talked about as well. And I just want to show you now, here's a little video, and I'm going to talk through it on what the system looks like in the back end. This is what an operator would see. This is for the tuck shop, but it's very similar to the uniform shop, just obviously different product range. So I just want to show you, if we go through this, you'll see there's a lot of information you can obtain through this system. Products, and this is an example of how detailed the products can be. You can put in description, allergy, ingredients. You can have multiple menus for products. You can put in buy price, sell price. You can highlight what type of food, if it's halal or if it's gluten-free. You can also manage stock if you want on products. You can have specific cut-off times. And you can also make products available on specific dates. Something we do that's very different to any other organisation that has this is the nutritional information, and that's something that we do quite well. You can look at students. You can identify students' names, emails if you want to talk to them. There's also sales data. So when it comes to reporting, our reporting system works on a filter system where you can filter by day, by week, by month. You can drill down and have a look at by category or by menu. We also have an online and a point of sale option if you have a point of sale in your school. You can also view orders. One of the things we also do is you can manage an order for a parent. If you need to cancel the order, you can. If you need to add to the order, you can. Sometimes parents might order something after the cut-off time. They forgot to get the chocolate milk for the student. So they'll communicate with the canteen and they can easily put that on after the cut-off time. Or if they're sick and they can't attend school and they have to change the date, you can then come on the system and you can change the date to tomorrow or the next day or the next week. So there's a lot of flexibility here. It makes it very, very easy for an operator to run the canteen because it's very efficient. We also have production reports. This is an order items report. It's a report that can show the canteen manager how many items to prepare, how many pies they need to heat up, how many sandwiches they need to make, and things like that. So they can actually see what's ahead of them in the day. We also provide other reports for the school too, whether it's revenue reports. How well is the canteen going? What's the average sale? What are the top sellers? What did we do last year compared to this year? Or what did we do last month compared to this month? We have the ability to try and track this information to obviously help you analyse the business and make decisions based on that information to help you improve. So these are some of the things that we offer within our service. We also do things like the labelling system. Now, labels are very important when it comes to canteens because they provide you with the information you put on your little bags. We have the labels that can be separated in categories. You can have like cold drinks separate from hot drinks. You can do select students. You can select it by classes. So we have a number of filters for using labels. We also have a number of options of printing labels. You can print it on A4 piece of paper. You can print it on a thermal roll. This is an example here of what a label would look like and the information you would have, the item, who the child is. So we provide everything you possibly need to obviously operate your business, your canteen, or even your uniform shop. This is what we call a current balance sheet, which is basically every single transaction that happens within that particular store. So everything, if you've given a credit to someone, your sales for that day, the order numbers, everything's classified by an order number. So that's just a little bit of a snapshot of how the system looks. Now the features for parents. So, parents obviously, we know, and surveys we've done in the past, we know that 95, if not more really now, use an app to order. So they don't use the desktop PC, very few. It's all done on their phones. And they can order for multiple children. They can also give their children a login, and I know this because I have children myself who usually take my phone and order for themselves what they like. So there's an ability for their child to have their own login, so that at least you can keep track and you can limit what they spend. So at least if they're taking your phone and putting an order through, you've only got a limit of $10. They're not spending the whole $50 and, buying his friend Johnny or their friends icy poles. It also allows them to top up their account. We have 3 different ways that they can pay. They can use direct deposit, where they can add funds to their account through a bank transfer, or they can use a credit card facility. And we also have a support system available for parents, as we do for schools. And that's what we call our Zendesk support, which means any issues they have, whether it be their lunch order or whether it be, adding funds into the account, we have this support system which is available to them 24/7, and they can access that, and we get back to them, very quickly. Our response rate, I think, Rob, is something like, a couple of hours, if not an hour or so.
I think it pushes out to a couple of hours because Saturday and Sundays we try not to work. The parents will email us on a Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Johnny didn't get his lunch.
And we do email reminders for parents as well on our system. So for example, if they've got something in the cart, it can send them a reminder, you haven't checked out, can you order before cut-off time? So we've got all these really, great features within the system to help parents. You ordered this last Friday, do you want to order it again? And that helps you increase your sales, because more and more parents will use the system because it is very intuitive and it helps them work together with them. Here's a little video on what it would look like as a parent to order by My School Connect. And really, that's how simple it is. I've got Rob here to talk a little bit more about the point of sale.
Thanks, Julia. It does look simple, and it is simple. That's why it is simple, Julia. It makes life easy for parents. One of the things that we came across after we started My School Connect was the fact that canteens were becoming more and more sophisticated. Uniform stores were requiring more and more transparency, order trails, stock takes. So we developed a fully integrated point of sale. But one thing which is important to understand is our point of sale is an extension of our online store. Now, why do I say that? I say it because you don't need to have your own server in the school. You don't need to have a box at every point where there's a cash register. All you need is an internet connection, and to some degree, you don't even need an internet connection. You can have a Wi-Fi or a dongle. We've seen our system work on just 3G dongles. But having the extension of our store improves and increases the efficiency of the operator, because If we talk now about a multi-campus school, so multi-campus, they could have 2 different terminals. They could probably have 2 terminals at the canteen, maybe 1 at the cafe. We're seeing schools now develop cafes and restaurants, extra catering. We've seen the expansion of what they see as further revenue, ancillary items, where they can provide services for their students and for their parents. So when you take that into account, and if you're needing to update a product, well, you update it at one point, like Julia, you showed in your little video there. When you're logged into your dashboard, you can update a product for your online store, point of sale, or both. You can add it to a point of sale. You can take it off. You can have products with barcodes so you can scan. But one of the things that we also pride ourselves on is we're not here to increase costs for the school. So you can run this on a computer. All you need is a computer. We do prefer a touchscreen, but a lot of schools have computers lying around with touchscreens, so you can use that. You don't have to go and buy all this new equipment which is branded or it's locked to the software provider. We're not about that. We're about trying to make life easy for schools. So we've got an open source system where you can use any software, any hardware you like. You want to use this scanner, you can use this scanner. You want to use that scanner, you can. The only thing which I make a qualification is a lot of schools will use MyFair RFID cards. Well, we're able to read MyFair RFID because when MyFair saw what we were doing, they said, well, we need someone to be able to read our cards, so we'll integrate with you. Then we saw Westpac and MX51 say, hang on, Rob, our clients are all private schools or large schools where we lend a lot of money to for their capital improvements, but they've got a problem in an FPOS solution. They need an FPOS solution in their canteen or their uniform or their reception. So we've now integrated with Westpac MX51 where we can integrate with an FPOS unit. So it is as quick as going to Coles or Woolies and saying, hey, how quick can I get out of here? Because that's what the kids want. And what we saw when we rolled out our latest version, we saw, like our friends in Queensland where they punched out 120 orders in 25 minutes. Terry did. Fantastic. It's speed. It's about speed. How do you get all the kids through in a short amount of time? Because what you don't want is for kids to have the notion it takes too long to line up. It takes too long to get served. You don't want kids fumbling for coins. You can picture a 14-year-old at the front of the counter and you say to them it's $1.20 and they reach into their pocket, and they thumb around and they go from pocket to pocket to find $1.20 and they're talking to their mates and they're giggling. It's scan the card and away you go, son. That's the beauty of what we offer. We offer a solution for the canteen. We offer a solution for the uniform store because we need to maintain stock control, stock levels. We need to maintain how products are presented. You want your students to have a school uniform. Well, how do they know which school uniform to buy if they can't see a picture? How do you sell a second-hand uniform store if no one's ever there to man it? So our stores are open 24/7. And what we saw, as Julia can attest, we see parents place orders 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning. We see people get up at 4 a.m. That's what we're here to solve. How do we get those people? How do we solve those problems for parents? One of the other things to understand is about our payment options, because people say, how does it work? Can I use my credit card? My Year 12 students want to use credit card. Well, you can use your credit card because you've got an FPOS machine. You want to use your ID card? You can use your ID card. You want to use your QR code? You can use a QR code. You want to scan your ID from a phone? We can scan the screen of a phone. These are all solutions that we've developed because our operators have come to us and said, Rob, we've got a problem. Rob, we've got a problem. Julia, we've got a problem. How do we continuously maintain solving these problems? So that's one of the things we pride ourselves. Now, when we look, and we've had a couple of questions pop in, and we'll go into a frequently asked question section later, but you'll see it's fully customizable. You can turn things on and off. You can display prices. You don't have to display prices. You've got a fully secure login system. We're PCI compliant. We've got great partners behind us in Westpac, National Australia Bank, MyFair. We're constantly developing relationships to find solutions for schools. So, look, we did a little video. I'll talk over it. Our system has the added feature that
There you go.
controlling and administering all your products, pricing, images via one portal rather than multiple sites. So, for example, if you have 2 campuses, 4 different machines, you only have to administer and change prices and promo products and images on our web portal, and we'll update all our point of sale systems. In this case, this is the home screen. You will see a no ID sale, a customer sale, our menu features, so fully self-describing anyway. You'll see our categories, and the categories can have prices with and without display our products. So if you wanted to choose a student by barcode or surname, you can. You just type in any person's surname and it will pop up. If you select their name and they have funds in their account, you can then charge this product that they buy, their lunch, to their My School Connect card. If they, for example, don't have any funds on their account, and you pick someone who doesn't, for example, let's pretend Sarah doesn't have any funds, you can still use cash. If she wants to use cash, or if she wants to use EFTPOS, she can use EFTPOS. Hopefully that is very clear to everyone. We'd love to particularly showcase our point of sale, all of our features to you guys on a one-by-one basis. That way there you can see exactly how it all works. You can see how the changing, deleting, the speed of the system, which is fantastic, and you'll see also the ability to work in a live and offline mode, meaning with internet or without. We always recommend that everyone works offline, so you can just upload the orders as you saw there fairly quickly. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully we can tailor a product which is specific to your school, whether it be a primary school or a secondary school with 5,000 kids or just 500 kids. Thanks for watching and take care.
Well, that narrator did a better job than I could have, Julia, so I was probably more concise to do it that way, so thank you. Yeah, look, and that's important too. We do tailor the product to suit whatever school size you are, whether you've got a serving window or not. That's important. We have the ability to tailor a fact that we can give multiple licenses to multiple machines, so you're not ever stuck without one. So, the worst thing is, like everybody knows, how do I get help on Friday afternoon at lunchtime when the internet went down? How do I get help? Well, you call us, you've got our mobiles, you get in direct contact with Julia, myself, or Nadia, or the support team, and we solve the problem for you. So look, it's a great product, and because it's on our cloud and it's web-based, we're able to keep the cost really affordable for our customers. So thanks, Julia. Over to you.
Thanks, Rob. So one of the other modules that we released in the last couple of years is My School Raffle, and this has been taking off because it's an automated raffle system. So let's take Easter, which is coming up very soon. There's a lot of raffles that are in Easter time. They do the Easter egg raffles, and we automate this system. So we create the raffle, you can monitor the performance, it actually picks a winner automatically, and basically you take your money and that's it. It's such a simple, painless system to use. Gone are the little raffle tickets that you used to have to collect. They take a lot of volunteers and a lot of counting $5 notes or $4 coins, $2 coins, and this really takes your system to a whole new level. We've had examples, and here's one case study where a school in Queensland, which was Trinity Lutheran, they've done this for a number of years now, where they've been able to raise over $20,000 by having a raffle, which was their free tuition, and I think it was $25 a ticket. They sold 820 tickets, and they raised over $20,000, and they didn't have to do anything. They really didn't. It basically.
I think the whole campaign lasted 28 days. So in 28 days, with one person that was administering with, or was liaising with us, and we were able to advertise the link, send it to parents, put reminders when they were logging on. It was fantastic. And the other thing to add too is our raffle module is fully compliant across every state and territory in Australia. So we have followed and made sure that raffle tickets can't be deleted, can't be changed, can't be edited, can't be cancelled. They're all sequential. We collect the requirements that the various state lotteries require us to, which is phone number, address, name. So we're fully compliant. So that's important too.
Terrific. So I'll go to the next slide. I've also provided some demo logins. So when you get a chance after the webinar, if you still want to hear about My School Connect, you can log in and you can have your own go at seeing how the system works, both as a parent and as an admin. So for those of you that have been attending to the webinar or are listening to it after it's been recorded, we want to offer you something very special. We want to offer you 1 month free of online ordering. Doesn't matter what size school you are, big, small, indifferent. We want to offer you this opportunity because we know that if we offer you this and you do trial it for that month, you're going to fall in love with the system. It's going to streamline all your online payment systems. We're going to even offer you extra training and support. We have a lot of resource in that area. We also can provide you, if you are wanting to use a point of sale system, if you're, say, a secondary school and you want to have a POS, we're going to offer you the second POS license fee for free for the first 12 months. And not to mention one of the biggest things that we're doing, which is, offering a $5,000 free lunches for your students. So you could win if you enter and you join with My School Connect before the end of March. You can go into the entry to win. And this is huge. This means that we will give your school students $5,000, so they'll get money in their kitty to come and spend in your canteen. It's virtually getting $5,000 into your bank. That's what it is. So please, if you're looking at an online system, you like what you hear today, we want to be part of your school community. We want to come on the journey with you. So contact us as soon as you can, and we'd love to talk more about how we can help your school. Lastly, we've got some frequently asked questions, but obviously if anyone who is in the webinar would like to ask any questions, I'd like to open the forum to them first. So I know, Wayne, would you like to view any questions at all?
First and foremost, one of the questions we get is, how secure is your site? How reliable? Because we know on Friday morning between 7 and 8 a.m, every parent's jumping online to get their order in. So we've spent over the last 5 years hundreds of thousands of dollars on our servers. We use AWS, Amazon. All our data is stored in Australia, Melbourne and Sydney data centre. So we're protected from any external or overseas issues that may occur, as we've seen in now today. In Europe, we have encrypted sites, encrypted passwords, fully authenticated, HTTPS. So we're secure, we're safe, we're reliable. We back ourselves on that because we know when the most important time of the week or the important time of the day is when you need us to be ready and functioning. Having said that, we've also got a backup system of an email system so schools and canteens or uniforms can access their emails. So nothing is ever lost because our backups are continual. So even if we are down, we're only down, or if there is a problem or a school can't log in because the internet's down, the data's still there. They might have an email, so the email system's the backup. But we also encourage schools to have their own backup systems because Murphy's Law, anything can go wrong, will go wrong at the worst possible time. So that's important. People talk to us, but when I need help, who do I get? Well, you get us. We're in Australia, we're in Carrum Downs. That's our office. We have guys who have been operators. We have guys who have been in schools before, on boards, on volunteers. So we know the pain points that you guys have. So we're there to help you when you need it. We have TeamViewer. We have support mechanisms for our point of sale system so we can log in. Because we know the people we're dealing with, our canteen operators or our uniform store operators, they're good at what they do because they make great food, they serve the kids, they're great with their hands, but they're maybe not too tech savvy. So they need support because it's half the time, most of the time, we'll be, but this isn't working. Oh, you've got no internet. Oh, thanks. Do you know what I mean? It's simple things like that. That's when you need the support. Some of the other questions that keep popping up is, do I have access to reports? Because the canteen operator might not need the reports, but the business manager does. So we're not like other firms where we say, oh, you tell us what you need and we'll charge you per report. No, you log into our system, you have your own login as an admin, and you can extract all the data you want. You can extract the reports, your profits. You can restrict who sees it and who doesn't. So that's an important feature, because we're not about trying to make money after we give you a product. We've sold you our product, and it's how do you best use our product to get the best you can out of it. That's what we're about. Then we talk about funds, or how secure is it, and how do we get paid? Because we've seen in the industry a couple of companies, and unfortunately during COVID, got themselves into a bit of a rough trot, and that's okay, because a lot of companies have had to suffer that. But we guarantee you the funds are available as soon as your orders close. So as soon as your cut-off occurs, you can withdraw your funds. You don't have to wait for the end of the week. You don't have to wait for the end of the month. We get paid, it's automated, gets straight into your account the next day, 24 hours. If you're using our FPOS integrated system in our point of sale, the funds go directly into your bank account. They don't even come through us. So that's the beauty of it. How secure are the parents' money? Well, they're held in trust at National Australia Bank. National Australia Bank doesn't give you those accounts without making sure you've got the ability to pay out the money that you say you need. So we're secure in that way. So that's important, because a parent puts $10 in, they don't want to lose it. They want to make sure they can get it out. We don't charge administration fees. One of the other questions that we get here, Julie, I've got a note. We don't charge administration fees on parent accounts. We don't charge you a non-use fee. So, that I never made sense of that. If you don't use our system, you get charged a fee. Well, that doesn't make sense. So we don't do that. You don't use our system, your money sits there. You want to withdraw it, you can. You want to leave it there for 5 years, you can. There's no fee. We also about, what's your percentage commission? Well, no, I'm not a bank. I'm not in a business of operating like a bank. Your sales are yours and yours alone. We don't need to take a percentage of your sales. Why would we? They're your sales, they're your students, they're your hard work. We sell you a product, we give you a license. You use our license, whether you do 1 million orders or you do 10 orders, you pay your license that you've agreed upon. That's what it's about. We could follow the industry norm and say, well, it's 3% of your turnover, 2.5% of your turnover. Well, that doesn't make sense, because we're behaving like banks do. That's not what we're about. So, one of the other features we talk about is, I don't want to pay credit card fees, and I hate them myself. We don't like fees. We don't want to make the banks any richer. So we ask parents, use your EFT, it's free. It's an electronic funds transfer where you put your money in, and it's simple. There's no one making any money. Until recently, though, because now I've seen that Oslo or Osco, whatever that fast payment is, now the banks are charging 25 cents for every transaction. So the banks are putting their hand in your pocket. Don't worry about that. We talk about the PCI compliance. So we are compliant because we use National Australia Bank to handle our payment gateway. So that's important. Julia, I've rushed through that, so I'm mindful of the time. I think we've gone over 42 minutes, but I'm sure people can fast forward the webinar if they get sick of my rambling.
Thanks, Rob. Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone that has attended today, and also if you have any more questions, you can contact us on info@myschoolconnect.com.au, or you can specifically ask, it says rob@myschoolconnect.com.au or julia@myschoolconnect.com.au, and so you can contact us there. We'll send you a copy of this if you obviously haven't attended and you were interested in the webinar, and we would love to hear from you, and I know we can help you solve some solutions in your school. So thanks for your time, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you. Thanks again, guys. Thanks, Julia.